Okay. New game. Please enter your name. Wayward City. Alright guys, Doki Doki Literature Club, let's go! You're gonna have to close your office door so your kids don't wander past and ask what you're watching. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long? I assume Bob's seen Wishmaster. We used to walk to schools together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha, ha, ha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You said that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Wayward City. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Wayward City, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's on about. This is 1,000 times better with me doing the voice lines. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Hi, Demonic Luna. Nice to see you. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Taking bets, Bob? Taking bets I'll end up in the literature club. I guess seeing her worry about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. I'm going to turn the volume down a tiny. This music is breaking my brain. Okay.
It's a trap!
It's a trap! The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meaning? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was even aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Hi, Sass. It is Cinny again. It is. We've started playing Doki Doki. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Wayward Cinny. What a nice surprise. Dude, on any regular stream you chat for 40 minutes, but when you play my request, you just jump in immediately? He's nothing if not spiteful in his actions, it's true. Think you like your games like how you like your horror movies, not having to read everything? That's fair. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Huh. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Wayward City. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we really rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... yeah, you too, Monica. Come, sit down, Wayward City. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Yuri's clearly the best, because of the purple hair, Bob. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! What the heck? I don't even know what that was. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. You want me to duck the music again? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, dummy. All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Up a bit now. But you are 100% the worst. She carefully places a teacup in front of me before setting down a teapot in the cupcake next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member on any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? The Japanese word yuri can be translated to lily or queer relationships between women in English. It is used in Japanese media to describe a genre of fiction that focuses on intimate relationships between women. Why are the monsters in the 90s so moist? I think that's how they showed horror. They just squirted them down. They're like, if they're wet, they're gonna get you. KY jelly was cheaper. It's true. Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare the events. Yeah, it's same but different, Bob, yep. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You'll know it. I don't know why she sounds like that. She just does. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Dating me. No. Starting a club. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. You gotta make one of them sound like Danny DeVito in Batman Returns. It's true. So, Wayward City, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. They're about being the Penguin in Batman. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable to share hers. Natsuki sounds like she's going to take me out for bagels somewhere in Queens. She is. I'm pretty sure that's where this game is going, Bob. And then whack you? You shut your mouth, Bob. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a while. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. He's dry now. You need to put some more of that KY on. More KY. Poem gameplay, let's go. Isn't that right, Wayward Cinny? Monika smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Humph! Wayward Cinny... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay. Save. Save. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the Literature Club. Did I break it? Oh. Has it broken? It's still working on my end. The end. All right, let me see what's going on. Here we go. Is it back? Should be back. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You fully thought I was making all that up? No. Oh, God, the horror! Damn it. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Gotta love only just getting notifications now? What the heck? Then that makes it official. Improv or whatever. Yeah, it's just improv. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that with that... Hey! Trippy Taka with a gifted sub. Thank you, Trippy.
Tripitica69 gifted a tier 1 sub to the Rad Streams. They have given 20 gift subs in the channel.
Let's go, Trippy. Thank you, legend. And thank you for giving a gifted sub to the Rad Streams. Appreciate that. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Wayward Cinny, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? No! I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Wayward Cinny, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Don't have sex with Sayori on the first day. What? Is that an option? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. What words do we pick? Horror? Probably horror, right? Imagination explode. There was a streamer named Wayward Cinny. His laugh was like a horse's whinny. It's got to be horror. Okay, horror. The ones you pick do change things. Yeah, I imagine so. Rainbow. Horror rainbow. Okay. Oh, melancholy. We've already missed out a person. We're on to the next one. Fireflies, memories, captive, variance, kawaii, sugar, marshmallow, analysis, play, determination. Captive. Great, love it. The next one is cute. We're at 420. Watch out, folks. Fireworks, ambient, vacation, skipping, parfait, playground, shopping, vivacious, or flying. Parfait. You think parfait? Okay, the next one is a tone, vanilla, crimson, despise, whisper, anxiety, effulgent. I don't know what that is. You can go for a parfait right now. Boop. 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 Ribbon, insight, milk, time, fun kiss, together, dazzle, sadness, journey. Effulgent, journey. And you suggested kiss, Slytherin Queen, so I'm going to go with desire to back that up. The desirous of a kiss. Emanating joy or goodness. Oh, okay. All right, Slytherin Queen, what do you want from this page? You get to choose the word. Whirlwind, pleasure, alone, fluffy, pain, vitality, tragedy, fluffy. Let's go. Okay, the next one. There's 20 of these to do, by the way, chat. Nibble is very funny. I like nibble as a possible word. Yeah, we both went there, Slytherin Queen. Okay, I'm going to choose massacre. For the next one... Holiday, empty, uncanny. You think uncanny? Misfortune? We'll go misfortune. I'm going to go extreme for extreme Bob. Extreme. Had to go extreme. Had to do it. In homage. Tears, maybe? Yeah, we all went to tears. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, I think I know the word I want on this page, but I'll let you guys choose. Is it tears or tears? That's true. Lollipop? I thought we were going to go unrequited. I'll go lollipop. It's probably tears. Sticky? Sticky, yeah. It's all the KY jelly. Oh, you think it's tears, Bort? Interesting. We'll go lust for Bort, because he loves lust. Loves lust. Vertigo. I lust for lust. We know. Anime? We got vertigo. Should we do anime? Adventure. All right. 2 left. Scars, nightgown. Oh, nightgown's pretty good. I like nightgown. Go and do anime, you weeb. Get out of here. I'm no weeb. I am playing this game. Landscape. Final one. Climax. Bubbles. Entropy. I'm going to go bubbles. Oh, no, I'm going to go entropy. I missed climax. I missed the climax, guys. Which happens after a certain age. Hi again, Wayward Cinny. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Wayward Cinny. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Yeah, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join in any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Wayward Cinny's always giving it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Wayward Cindy can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read, and we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much? Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. For you? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some sort of schedule activity for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Hey, Lexi Connie! Hi. Hey, friend. Welcome on in. Woof, woof. Let's go. Welcome on in. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. We're just playing a little bit of Doki Doki Literature Club. I hope you're doing well. Fresh meat. Cindy, give the trigger warning again. Yes, guys, I do have to let you know that this game does tackle issues of depression, suicide, self-harm. There is some trigger stuff in this game. A slightly different energy from Assassin's Creed Origins, but I hope your stream went well, Lexi. I hope your stream went well. Now, for those of you who haven't joined us before, and those of you who've just come in with a raid, my name is Wayward Cinny. Hi, I'm Wayward Cinny. I play lots of weird games here on stream. I've been streaming for a little while now. We play a bunch of variety of games, but mostly horror, scary games. And I stream on the weekends. So thank you for bringing your team in and your peeps. I hope you had a great stream, Lexi. And if you need to dash off and go look after yourself, get some rest, get some food, get some water, do any of that good stuff, then go and do it. If you want to hang out though, you are more than welcome to. But yeah, as I said, some big old trigger warnings for this game. Big old trigger warnings. It was good despite you having the flu. No, not the flu. Oh, sorry to hear that, friend. I hope that You are on the mend. I hope you're on the mend. Lots of water. I don't know if you take Armor Force or anything like that, vitamin C. But yeah, keep your fluids up. Keep your fluids up, and I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, so if you need to go get some rest, by all means. I'm going to crack on with the game, but if anyone wants to say hi, please do. Welcome on in, peeps. Thank you, Trippy, for welcoming people. And you too, Bort. All right, where were we at? All right. When I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. You do need a nap? Yeah, that's fair. Go have a good rest. Look after yourself. Thanks, Lexi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Bort, can you give Lexi Connie another shout out, please? And if, guys, go give Lexi some support. Go watch them. Give them some love. Following's free. Easy to do. Thank you, Bort. Nice. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. I'll definitely start reading it soon as such a lie. Oh, 100%. All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Do some people actually not read? I don't read much. I have a stack of books by my bed, but I don't read as much as I used to. I would like to read more, I think. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Wayward Cinny? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. In theory, I'm reading 5 books right now. In reality, I haven't tried to touch any of them in years. That's me. I'm the same. You found moving to ebooks let you read way, way more? Ah, that's interesting. Rather than hard copies? It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. All right. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I do? I don't really mean to. I think the benefit of an e-reader over an iPad is that it's not backlit. The e-reader is not backlit, so it doesn't strain your eyes as much. Is that correct? A booky feel. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Are we reading a book with the girl? That's so cute. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Wayward Cinny, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yeah, you'd have to buy digital copies, yeah. For sure. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Thanks, Sayori. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags, and I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Who should I show my poem to first? Should we show it to Yuri? We've had a real cute time with her, reading the book together. This is our first chance to actually make a decision in the game. Aside from the poem. Probably Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from other topic matter. They form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Hey, Rolf! Good to see you, legend. Hope you're doing well. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light is the poem. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathed. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Nice. Bort and Rolf should play Carry the Glass together. 100% Sass, I agree. I agree, and if they don't, they're cowards. Maybe that's the first game you stream when you come back to streaming, Bort, or maybe Rolf can stream it. It would be very, very funny. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. Carry the glass. Carry the glass. Coward? Maybe. I mean, you are fighting Nazis though, so maybe you're a little brave. A little brave. No one saw your sneaky test streams to make sure OBS still works? It doesn't. Oh, great. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Wayward Cinny. Really? I must have totally missed that point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Well, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Yes, make the sandwich, Slytherin Queen. Yes, 100%. Treat yourself to an eggy sandwich. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best work. I'm going to try and keep doing my best for you, Wayward Cinny. That feels weird. Me too. Me too. Not going to forget. Oh, not going to lie, forget it's night for us? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's show it to Monica. Hi, Wayward Cinny. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm just much better at going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Wayward Cinny. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I'm always listening. Great job, Wayward Cinny. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I always counts when I put in some effort. We're all embarrassing us today. Us, every day. True. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it by just feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Well, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Wait, imagine if this becomes very important later on. Oh no. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall is the name of this poem. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh no. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit more. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming off on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. Let's talk to Natsuki now, I guess.
Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expect from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just, it didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, and then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yep, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. All right, Sayori is the last one we show it to, our childhood friend. This is a good poem, Wayward Cinny. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
Thank you, Ultravetica. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and yet I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. All right, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Now you'll read my poem too, right? Words are hard sometimes. Oh, you didn't see me streaming here? No one ever sees me. I'm a ghost. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. It's important conversations happening in chat right now. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. Hey, Trippy with a gifted sub. Yo.
Tripitica69 gifted a tier 1 sub to a person 77777777. They have given 21 gift subs in the channel.
Yo, Trippy, thank you so much for that gifted sub, you legend. A person, welcome on in. You now get ad-free viewing. How good's that? And access to some emotes and a sweet little fox next to your name. Pretty good. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. No pee break viewing, exactly. 7777777. Isn't that from that one friend scene? Which one? Dun 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 dun. The fart? I'm not sure, Seth. Are you just doing it? You don't get ads? It's crazy. Oh, 7777777. Don't tell the Jeff. Don't tell Jeff. I don't know, Sass. I don't remember that from Friends. I'd have to go back and... I haven't watched Friends for a very long time. Okay. Phew. We survived poetry, guys. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice. There's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Maybe. Fry, onions, fry. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Wayward City did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Ho, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight! Really giving Natsuki a vibe here that's certain to pay off later. You're not liking Natsuki? And Wayward City liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Wayward City appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you so full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Wayward City started showing up.
Oh, damn. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Wayward City. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Wayward City.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Wayward City? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, God. I mean, it's got to be Yuri again, right? It's got to be Yuri. I feel like it has to be Yuri that we're backing. Right, chat? We call Sayori? Help me, Sayori! Alright, Sass. We'll get Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Huh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Wayward City?
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes...
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting?
Because.
Well, also,
Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing our poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was all right. Well, mostly. Wayward City, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Wayward City, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they've made good friends with you. Phew! You know, Wayward City, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. True. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. All right, we're writing another poem. Another poem! Okay. Consider who you want to impress. I think probably Yuri again. I feel like Yuri is the one we're impressing right now. Insight? Insight's good. Journey again? Or Inferno? Inferno. Vivid? I feel like Vivid is a good one. You think Flying? Flying good. Butt stuff is not an option, sorry, bot. You're just putting your desires. Socks. I'm back. Welcome back.
Covet. Socks was the only correct answer. I failed already then, Sass. I failed already. Grief or nature? No, I've skipped past it already. Scars. Socks and blanket. Sass just wants things that are comforting and a little bit snuggly. I think I've clicked into your theme, Sass. Philosophy or parfait? Or destiny? Boogers. I'm gonna go with parfait again. Sadness. We're gonna go, what do you want to do for this one, Sass? No, Sass, you choose this one. You choose this one. Come on, man. Come on, I keep offering. Thanks, none of my suggestions. This whole game is your suggestion. What do you want on this page, Sass? You tell me. Raindrops? All right, perfect. Fantasy. Boop again. Should we do boop again? Papa? Boop? Papa? Please, Papa? There's a slight delay, Sass, which is why I'm clicking them before I see what you've done. Boop. It's between boop and graveyard. I think we did boop last time, so maybe we'll do graveyard this time for Slytherin Queen. But you can choose this one, Sass. What do you want for number 12? Waterfall, bliss, shiny, broken, entropy, shopping, precious, dream, marriage, contamination. Bliss. Perfect. I am going to do treasure for this one. What kind of therapy session is this anyway? Yeah, this is all us just choosing our own style of word. Melancholy. Unrequited. I love unrequited. For this one, I don't know. Vertigo was good. After image is a great word. Defeat is pretty fun. Defeat. Where's defeat? On the end of the legs. Bouncy cheeks is excellent. Bouncy cheeks. Kitty. Bouncy cheeks. Kitty. All right. Do you want to choose this one, Sass? Happiness, music, flower, depression, romance, alone, email, essence, lazy, or fluffy? I knew you were going to choose fluffy. I knew it in my core, in the soul of my being. You were like blanket, socks, fluffy. I was like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Yeah, we didn't do climax last time. We didn't do climax last time, so we have to climax this time. Them's the rules. And the final page for our final poem. Hop. Is hop. It's hop. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here in the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Wayward Cinny. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. What a backhanded compliment. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks.
That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it! I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. Ooh, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was something in my book. Yuri, tell Wayward Cindy to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. I don't want to feel guilty. Ooh. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side for you. There's no way you could think that. Now to munch the hell of my fried egg, onion, cheese, and pickle sandwich. Good thing I'm single toot. Toot toot! That sounds like a delicious sandwich though, Slytherin Queen. You had me until pickle? Fair. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if you weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh, what was that? Kia! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a big bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Gosh, what a funny and innocent game. Yeah, it seems fun and innocent. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true.
Excuse me?
Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. When does it stop being funny and innocent? That's a good question. That'd be spoilers. This isn't a funny and innocent game at all. It's true. Fuck, the sandwich was so good. Nice. Delicious. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Wayward Cinny. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. It's Monica's flashback to when you played this. Very good. You technically play a bunch of it and think it's just a fun anime game about friendships. Isn't that what it is? I thought it was. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie, Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. What's in the closet? Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense or intellectual. Knuff, you are Knuff. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative mind. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can just do this thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why I suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Hey! I just can't think of the follow. Bum 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 bum. Ooh! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair's just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. The Benny of the day. But nobody would even notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And if you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Thank you. I'm getting a little thirsty, Slytherin Queen. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Jesus Christ. Don't say it out loud. He blames chat for sexy Saturdays, but he's the one that keeps doing it. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. I love sexy Saturdays. This is your fault, Ultra. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying like that, like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are of taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Wayward Cindy, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Okay, poem time. All right. Okay, we're doing poems again. I reckon we start with Monica this time. Let's start with the bottom and work our way up. All right, Monica. Hi again, Wayward City. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going to be bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. Well, you never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. Sounds like you two really care about each other as well, each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading too much into it? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. So which one are we going to date? I feel like we're dating all of them. Oh, and then at the bottom it says, load me. It says load me. What does that mean, load me? So what if we save the game in this empty spot? Oh, yeah. It says load me. Okay, so then... She said to load her. What do you think that means? I think we load the game, so let's load it. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how the space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, we did save. Okay, let's go talk to Yuri now. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Wayward City. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears.
Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem that you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. Maybe an egg sandwich. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strained tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Oh my god. A raccoon story. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah! If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean, except to be about a raccoon. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies, like feeding animals. It's those sort of things I usually force to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. People would make fun of me if I didn't keep them to myself. Don't you have anything like that, Wayward City? Anime? I mean, what? Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, Natsuki probably won't like our poem. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Aha, glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. Oh, so it's similar to Sayori's. Okay. Yep. Yeah, elevator music is muzak. You love Natsuki as you love cupcakes. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away and let go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Now, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders, so that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I'm always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Jesus. First invented by French composer Eric Satie, who
made music for the lobby at interval and yelled at the audience when they stopped to listen.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree to the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's how about everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Huh? Did you say Yuri?
Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it sounds like she's learned a lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotion is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it.
Amazing. All right, Sayori is last.
It's Sayori! Oh my goodness. This is so good, Wayward Cinny.
Huh?
I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem.
You're too honest sometimes, Sayori.
No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I?
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Uh-huh.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Wayward Cinny poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
Huh?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Eh?
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try and keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems? Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for?
Bittersweet.
Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that is unexpectedly poetic. Thank you, Sass.
It is?
Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all.
Thanks, Wayward Cinny. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle and keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle of Starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave. Discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time's elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This poem is cooked. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. Music is an actual American brand name for a company that sold albums specifically for hotels. And the term kind of stuck, and now it's more like a genre label. Yeah, right. The work's unusual title comes from the French form of gymnopaedia, the ancient Greek word for an annual festival where young men danced naked or, perhaps figuratively, simply unarmed. Yeah, nice. Very strange, chat. You talk about the weirdest things. I adore it. You're pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Is that foreshadowing? Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I get that. I wonder if this is one of those times. So you just keep doing what you do, chat entertains itself. I check in occasionally and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be so pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about... what? Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry. I thought you'd heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting in all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud for a whole room full of people. I voted today, Bob. I did the voting today. I'm glad Cindy is elected to ignore chat as well. I'm trying to, yeah. If you are ignoring me, I'm just going to ignore you. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. I voted for sausage, yeah. I voted for sausage. Sausage for PM. But I still think we should give it our best try. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire the others to do the same. I did only vote to get a sausage, and so I didn't get a fine. And the more people who perform better, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Uh-oh. You could just go and get your own hot dogs. I know, but there's something nice about a democracy sausage board. Thank you, Bob. So you've written 3 poems? It's amazing. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expected faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Foreshadowing? Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. It requires buying stuff and doing stuff. What's better than a free sausage after your democratic duty? Oh no, it's not a free sausage, but it is a cheap sausage. It's a cheap sausage. democracysausage.org. There is a website that tracks where you can get them. Yeah. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The 4 of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. It's not a free sausage. No, it costs. It does go to fund schools. It helps schools, yes. Yeah, so it usually goes to fund the schools that the election, the polling place is being held at. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Yeah, the kids there, they're working, they're learning the value of $1. They're being bled into capitalism nice and early. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Nice shirt, thank you. Thanks. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Wayward City liked it. My neighbor once sponsored me for a €10 per lap. He could have done 10 in total. He would have been happy. Came back to collect €70. That's great. That's very cool. Wait, you're gonna need what back? The shirt? Too late, mate. I've already peed on it. It's mine. I really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. What do you mean you did a bunch of stuff to it? What? Yeah, it's not sweaty, it's pee. It's pee. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I've washed it now, so it's probably fine. I've washed it. Yeah, it's on my skin. No, but he had the shirt. He gave me this shirt as like a hand-me-down. Next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Humph. Don't make me go before Wayward City. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Wayward City lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone here. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. A handy-down. Yeah, a handy-down. Wait.
All right then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat, makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? 'Cause you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting a poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Wayward City. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say the one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. What would we do? Would we still walk home with Yuri? Would we walk home with Yuri, or would we still walk home with Sayori? Careful. And this does feel like a fork in the road moment, which is why I saved it. I think if we say we would walk home with Yuri, that we might hurt Sayori by saying that. Sayori lives closer. It's true. It's okay, you've already forked this up. Very good. I would still walk home with Sayori, I think. Sayori, you really think I'd ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Wayward City. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time?
Who knows? The festival, the festival. Right before the first poem? No, I don't believe so. Giggle. Agonizing. After image. Graveyard. And then I think I'm gonna go. You could choose this one, Sass. Prayer? Okay. Entropy. 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 What about this page, Bob? Page 12. Festa. Like Uncle Festa. Okay. See how they're doing a little bounce when you choose the words? I mean, they're bouncing right now without me choosing words, so... But I imagine they would bounce more when I choose other words. So if I chose melancholy, she would be like, yeah, it's me. Yeah. No, I can see that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Uh-huh. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out with the festival too. Yeah, I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. God damn it. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for the farting monkey. Okay. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Ah, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori? I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Oh,
Sorry, don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little bit off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows you a big smile.
It's a trap!
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back to everyone, but the conversation has already dispersed with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently, since they've been preparing for the festival. They must be spending a lot of time together. What the fuck is this piece of shit? Exactly. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Wayward Cinny, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Wayward Cinny. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important for me too. I mean, we're also friends with her, and I also care about her well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Love when you see Cindy actively decide not to acknowledge what's happening in chat. You can see me look at chat and be like, nah, I don't need to be part of that. Are you sure? Maybe she's just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Wayward Cinny. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than how it's always been. You're so funny, Wayward Cinny. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? Ooh. I said too much. I'm sorry. But what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget what I said. Cindy ignoring chat because he's trying to ignore you. No, not at all, Rolf. It's very well. That should have got rid of the guys. So now we can talk about the thrust. Very good. A perfect ad, Bob. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. All right. She said forget about it. I know I won't be able to get the words out of my head. I can't hear what they're saying. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about it and have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Just saying, it is a good clip, Bob. It's a great clip. For a redeem? I think we should. We should probably make it happen. We do need to pull some Lighthouse quotes as well. If you post in the Discord the Lighthouse quotes you want, or that you think would be fun, I can try and find a compilation of best of Lighthouse quotes and pull it from there. There's probably videos. That's the Willem Dafoe movie. Yeah, it is, yeah. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation of her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. Catch-em indeed. I didn't mean to bother you or anything.
Relax, you didn't even do anything.
But I could tell that you just wanted to be alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that?
Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that.
In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern.
Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen.
It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori.
Sayori?
We watched The Lighthouse in the Discord together last week. We did. Alone with your thoughts? No thanks. Everyone was invited. It's true. It's true. I did put the poll up for when people would want to watch the movie. And it was just me, Bob, and Bort. While they did director's commentary and I watched the film. Oh, that's fair, Sass. That happens. That happens. Need to make a Discord event. True. I should have done that next time. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh, that's quite romantic.
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid.
It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all.
Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings.
Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much.
Wayward Cinny, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them.
So you think there might be something behind it after all?
I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she?
Well, I guess that was the case.
Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Yeah, I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Next time I nominate Infinity Pool, so everyone understands the context of where do you think you're going, little baby redeem is. Oh, yeah. Can you fix a copy of The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot? Oh, yeah, also good. Hundreds of Beavers, also good. I would like to watch any of those movies.
Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves.
I didn't see Beavers in the cinemas. I didn't go see it.
I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her.
Yuri, you give me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. No, yeah, I didn't end up rocking up for that one. Yeah, I couldn't go. Sorry, Bob. So I didn't get to see it. I heard it was great, though. What are you doing? Gonna do some reading?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Are we just going to go through the whole process of making tea?
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Wayward City in club activities? Huh? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Wayward City. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Oh my gosh. This got intense. You have the man who killed Hitler on then the Bigfoot right here and ready to go. Perfect. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, I just something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Wayward City, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Wayward City, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. This is all definitely going to end well. Well, it's going to have to end very soon, to be honest. We might need to end stream. I know that the playthrough goes for about 4 hours. So I figured I'd finish it just over 2.5, and then we could break it into another episode. I got to push through to the end. Bro, I've been speaking for 2.5 hours solid. My voice is starting to pack it in. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways. You agree with Hey It's Sport? If it gets less funny and innocent after this, then you can play it tomorrow. That's true. We can play it tomorrow. Yeah, should we do that? Should we save it now and then I can go back to it tomorrow? This is definitely the more Saturday coded part. It starts to get more Sunday coded. Great. I love it. Save.